Hey everybody, welcome back to Barbecue by Biggs. I'm Aaron, and today we're just going to throw down a quick cook on the Yoder YS640 making chicken kebabs. We're going to take chicken, bell peppers, onions, and even some pineapple, stick them on a stick, and make them delicious. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Let's get to it. We have some boneless, skinless chicken breasts that we're going to cut up to add to these kebabs. But before we cut them up, what we're going to do is make sure that we trim them. And what we're looking for is that fatty tissue on each one of the sides, and some of them have it on top of the breast. We're just going to trim that off. So we'll get these trimmed up, and then we'll get them cut up into cubes. So when you're looking at these, some of these breasts have a real thin end on them. Those thin ends just cut off. So we'll cut that thin end off, and then we'll cut it long ways and then into 3 pieces. What that leaves you with is about a 1.5 to 1.25 inch by 1.25 inch kind of square piece of chicken. You want to try to cut these to where they're as consistent as possible. That way your cook times won't vary much. So if you put some little bitty ones with some big ones on the same kebab, though, that kebab is going to get done at different times. So the smaller pieces are going to be overdone, while the larger pieces may not be quite as done as you want them to be. So you just want to make sure that when you squaring these off, that you have most of them about the same size. So once we get these cut up into cubes, we're going to season them. So once we get it cubed up, we're going to need a binder. So for the binder for this chicken is just going to be regular old olive oil. So we'll just douse a little bit of olive oil on top, and then we'll start adding our rubs, and then we'll mix it all together. So we're using the Clucker dust by Sucklebusters. Man, this rub has great flavor, has a little bit of a kick to it, but man, it has a great flavor. So we're gonna just liberally coat this chicken with this Sucklebusters, and then we're gonna add this Southwestern Griller Ring the Bell. This thing has tones of bell pepper and onion in it, and it really gives a good flavor, especially since we're cooking with those vegetables on the skewer. Man, that chicken's gonna have a good flavor to it. So once we get the rubs on, we're just gonna take it, rub it together, make sure that that olive oil coats everything, make sure that the chicken has a good coating of rub on it. And we're gonna put it in a Ziploc bag, and we're gonna put it back in the refrigerator for about 25 to 30 minutes while we get the other vegetables together. Speaking of vegetables, it all depends on what you want and what you like. We chose bell peppers in different colors. We have some onions, we have some pineapple, and you know what? We just cutting this up to about the same size that your chicken was. That way you have some consistency of size throughout your kebab. When you get them cut up and you get them the right size, now it's time to put them on the skewer. This is entirely up to you what you put on your skewer. For these kebabs, we just alternated one of each and then repeated that process. So we had the same amount of vegetables and the same amount of chicken on each one of these kebabs. But if you like more of one vegetable than the other, or you have a guest over that doesn't like one of the vegetables, you can always omit those. Also, if those vegetables that we chose aren't to your liking, choose what vegetables you like. Just kind of follow the same steps and it will turn out perfectly. These kebabs are so versatile, you can just about put anything on them. Do it the way we're talking about and it will turn out great. Hey, if you hadn't had the opportunity, hit that like button at the bottom. It really helps out the channel. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, hit that subscribe button. And remember, ring that bell so you'll be notified next time we have a cook. We appreciate your support. We'll get these all kebabbed up and we'll get them ready to go out on the smoker. See you guys out there. All right, we got the Yoder up to 275 degrees. We're gonna get these on, get a little color on them, get a little smoke on them, maybe about 30 minutes or so, and then we'll come, bump up the heat, and then at the end, we'll sear them off over open flame. So we'll get these kebabs on and get them going. We are gonna do these on the top. And as you can see, we got the kebabs on one of these cooling racks. We always talk about these cooling racks. There's a link in the description below. Those cooling racks work very, very well just to be able to handle it.
and it allows all that smoke to come through. So we're gonna leave this on here for about 30 minutes. We'll come back, look at the color, see if they're ready to go. When they're ready to go, we'll pop the sear plates on here, add a little bit of fire to them. So we'll get them closed up, and we'll see you guys in 30 minutes. All right, they've been on for about 30 minutes or so. It looks like the color's coming along. See what temp inside is. About 126 degrees. We want it to be about 140, 145 before we grill them off. So we'll leave them on here for about another 20 minutes and then we'll bring you back. So we're about 45 minutes in. The chicken's at about 140 degrees. We're gonna move them to the side, put the grill grates in, and then sear them off. So we'll get that done now. All right, about 45 minutes in, 40 minutes in or so. Let's see where they're at. 143. Right at 140. It's right where we want them. So we're gonna move these over to the side, add our grill grates in, open the slot, and let it sear off. So we'll get these moved over, get these heated up, and then we'll just do them a couple at a time, get a good fire, get some marks on them, get them done. Here we go. These are pretty easy to put in, just slide them together here. Slide them in. All right, ready to go. So we'll bump that heat up to about 400 degrees on the controller, let that fire build up a little bit, and then we'll start moving them over, grilling them off. So stay tuned. All right, we got a good fire going here. Just gonna take these, put them on there. So let these go for about a minute or two per side, and then we'll flip them over. So they've been on a couple minutes on the grill. Let's check the temperature, make sure we don't overcook it. The one thing about white meat chicken is that most of the times it's dry because it's overcooked. This still has a way to go. So we're looking for 165 degrees. We'll close it up, bring it back here in a minute. All right, we'll get them flipped around, check the temperature again. Should be getting pretty close. Look at those great grill marks on there. You can see that. And it works good. All right, got about a minute left. We'll bring you back for the taste test. So we pull one out, we're gonna get a taste test of it. I'm gonna try to get one that's down here by this pineapple. Look at that. Look at the color on the outside of that, if you can see it. See if I can get past my face here. Looks great. Tender, juicy. You can taste that bell pepper rub and those other rubs that we put on there. That, man, that's a good bite. Real quick, real easy. And you can taste the smoke a little bit. Man, those grill marks on there, that rub, that Sucklebusters rub, that ring the bell rub, really shine through. So you guys ought to try this. We'll catch y'all next time. In the meantime, though, we'll finish the rest of this up. See y'all later.